Hello everyone, today I'm going to be teaching you about using Ancestry.com from home. So the first thing you're going to want to do is open up a web browser and go to sawyerfreelibrary.org. Then we're going to go to Discover and scroll down to Research Resources. So go ahead and click on that. And then you're going to want to click on Ancestry Library Edition. This will bring you to this page where you're going to want to put in your library card number, and the password they're looking for is your PIN number, which is usually the last 4 digits of your library card unless you've changed it. This will bring you to the Ancestry homepage. Looking on the Ancestry homepage, you can see that there are some quick links. For example, you can look at just birth, marriage, and death records, just military records, tax, criminal, land, and wills, pictures, message boards, city directories, immigration and travel, school directories and church histories, reference dictionaries and almanacs, maps, atlases, and gazetters. So we're going to look at begin searching today, and this will look at all of these quick links as well as U.S. Census records. The only thing it won't look at are the public member trees and the message boards. So let's go ahead and click on begin searching. So this is going to bring you to the search engine. So here you see we have a very basic search engine looking for first, middle, last name, a place your ancestor may have lived, and a birth year. We can go down and you can see that you can add more options. You can add a marriage, a death, somewhere they lived, or any other event. You can also add family members like a father, mother, sibling, spouse, or child. You can add their occupation, a street address if you know it, their gender, their race and nationality. So for this example, I'm going to use my grandfather. So go ahead and type in the name you're looking for. Last name. Let's see, I knew that he lived in Gloucester. And I know the birth year was somewhere around 1922. You can type that in. We can add a death date if you want. Just so you know, nothing here is mandatory. It's all optional. Just the more you know, the more likely you are to get results that are going to be important to your search. So then we can go ahead and click on search. And as you can see, we got 4,771 results. And just taking a quick look, I can say that most of them on the first page I know for sure are my grandfather. But if you weren't sure or you're feeling overwhelmed by having this many results, what you can do is right now we have his first name set on broad. We can put it to exact and similar, and then you can hit update, and that's going to make the search results a lot smaller because we're specifying more of what we're looking for. You can also do the same for last name. For born, you have options of going plus or minus 10 years, plus or minus 5, plus or minus 2, or plus or minus 1. Pretty sure, as you can tell from the results, that my date of birth is accurate, so I'm going to go plus or minus 1 year just because some records may show it a little differently. So now you can see that just by going a bit more exact on some of these, we're down to 12 results, which seems a lot more reasonable than the amount we started off with. However, if you're feeling like you could have missed some, you can always go back and make some of your search parameters a bit broader. So see, now we have 15 results just by changing the birth year. But you can tell when we look down that these aren't actually my grandfather. So you just have to be mindful of how we're changing your search filters and how exact or broad you're making them. So that's pretty much how you use it. If you want to look for just specific results, we can click here and that will just show you census and voter list. And that's going to be the same with any of these hyperlinked categories down here. So we see we have people in the family tree that you can see. So if you want to learn more about Ancestry, you can go to the Learning Center and they give you tips on how to use it, some information you should know when looking at some of the documents. So for example, we have 10 census tips. You can click on that and it's going to give you a nice little document that kind of explains to you what you're looking at exactly. And these are really helpful if this is your first time using genealogy resources and you're just starting out. It's going to give you a bit of background on what you're actually looking at and some tips on how to start your research. Another really cool feature is the message boards. And the message boards have categories. So for example, if you wanted to do United States, then you could go to states. If you know your ancestors lived in Massachusetts, you can click on Massachusetts. Then you can go to counties. We'll click on Essex County, since that's where Gloucester is. And then you see kind of what people are looking for. And if you're looking for the same thing, you can kind of see if anybody has found anything or if they've given you links to other places that may be helpful for your research. So that's pretty much just the basics of Ancestry Library Edition. You can't do family trees on the Library Edition, but for the most part, you're able to see records and get images of these records if they're available on Ancestry. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach Jacqueline Linsky, the local history librarian, at jlinsky@sawyerfreelibrary.org. Thank you.